Hello, everyone. Bilbo Baggins, your mom here, and welcome to episode number 234 of Littleroot Lessons. Today, I am joined by Carter and only Carter, because Angelo had something else to do. What's up, bud?
Yeah, Angelo just hates us, I guess, or something.
Yes.
Is this where we just mad, just make fun of him immediately right here at the beginning? So
Yeah.
if he watches this, he knows how we really feel.
Angelo, your hair is stupid. I'm just kidding. That man has beautiful locks.
Do you know Twisters is already able to be printed
Yes.
on
Did you
streaming
know that I
services?
love that movie?
I haven't seen
It
it.
is so good.
The only reason I know this is I had my YouTube open so I could check the episode number, and there's primetime movies for you, and the first one is Twisters.
Yeah, when there was
Oh.
so many movies coming out that weekend, and I was like, Alex, do you want to go see a movie this weekend? And she was like, we're going to see Twisters. And I was like, okay, that seems pretty on brand for you as a tornado lover.
Yeah, I'm really not surprised to hear her go, I want to see the tornado movie.
I want to see the tornado movie. Yeah, her mom had saw it beforehand because she's like a big Glenn Powell fan, and then we went and saw it, and I was like, this is a 5-star movie in my books. Like, it was just so much fun. Like,
Have you seen Deadpool yet?
no.
I've seen it twice.
I did see the new Alien.
I actually watched Alien for the first time today. The first
OG?
Yeah,
What'd you
I had
think?
never seen it. It's good. It's really good.
This new one was also really good.
That being said, it wasn't nearly as much of a horror film as I anticipated.
It's like
Just
it's
because,
a
it is-
thriller, It's just like it's gonna keep you on the edge of
the
your
other
seat.
big thing is this came out in what 79? When did Alien come out?
Long time ago. I mean,
79,
yeah.
man. I am good.
You're on the dot right now.
So horror movies back then were so much different, right?
That chest popping scene
that-
though is
Dude, mind you, Tiff is sitting on the couch next to me, and Tiff doesn't do very well with horror films. I knew it was coming because it's one of the most iconic horror.
yeah,
scenes of all
for
time,
sure.
right? I knew what was going to happen, and again, as good as it is, I expected more from it. Does that make sense?
I think
Well,
again,
coming
from people in 2024, it's like we can do so much with what we're with our movies nowadays.
When I've seen every Saw movie, something popping out of someone's chest doesn't really mean anything to me anymore, right?
Saw is such a great franchise too. All right,
we're
a horror movie podcast now. we're like dead meat.
I haven't watched 10 or Spiral. But I've
Me
also
neither.
heard that you could probably skip Spiral and it's okay. So
Those early Saw movies are just they are so elite though. I think the first one I saw was 3 or something, and it's an actual formative experience in my childhood.
Yeah. Of the original ones, 1, 2, and 3 are very good, and then after 3, things get weird. after 3, they just become gore films, and it's yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that. That's what I signed up for, but it's very different. 6 is absurd.
Yeah, one had it had it all together.
Yeah,
I mean the John Kramer story is just fantastic overall. The way that
100%.
they kind of stack it up through the movies, but I believe 3 was that the one with the needle pit.
No, that's 2.
That's 2
in the house.
That's 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Maybe it was Saw 2 that was my
the
formative experience then.
2 has the guy in the furnace. It has
that needle pit was
the door that says "Don't look through here," and the guy just goes,
"What?" I hate needles, which is saying
dude, same.
I got a full on tattoo recently, which was crazy for me. That was a wild experience. My mom kept looking at me. She was like, wow, my child who hated needles would cry to them until he was like way too old to where people would make fun of me if I said my actual age that I cried at needles from. It's okay. Alex still cries at needles to this day. So
Dude, the worst is like dental work. I hate getting needles in my mouth. I hate the dentist more than anything in the world.
Oh gosh, so sensitive.
So we're a movie podcast now.
We're a movie podcast. We're also a golf podcast. We're a football podcast.
Yeah, we're just like a sports and movies podcast that occasionally talks about
I sadly
Pokemon.
ran out of my surf side, so we're not a drinking podcast tonight. Have I drank before the podcast? Maybe.
Minor details.
Possibly.
Minor details.
But that doesn't matter. But we did have a big Regulation H tournament just today.
Or is the movie section of the podcast done?
We'll bring it back up when we talk about the heat of the sauna that ended up winning the tournament today. But I think we definitely should probably move on to the Pokemon portion.
I know this is completely my fault, but I love our little side tangents.
This is what you get when Angelo's not here. I was just talking about it earlier. I was like, when me and Carter are on the podcast and it's just us, like, all hell breaks loose. Like, I opened the podcast by saying I'm Bilbo bagging your mom. Like,
yeah, I don't know if we can use that, but we're going to.
We definitely can use it. I didn't curse, so. If not, Carl will find what we talked about earlier, and we'll use that. But the VGC Trainer School had a big tournament today. I believe over 400 players played in it. 435.
Does it have a Mouse page yet, or is it just on
It's all on Limitless, but we have open team sheets for everything, which is awesome, which is why I love Limitless over the other one that I don't even remember its name of, because they can go screw themselves because they don't do open team
hey,
sheets.
it actually is on here.
It is on Lab Mouse. Awesome. Shout out Tim for the Lab Mouse page.
I got you. And
it's is it the no? It's not. It's the VGC Trainer School. There we go. I know they've been doing some like tie-ins with other programs lately. So,
435 teams. Good golly.
Yeah, when you put money, especially $400, people join up. I know Carter's been playing lately. I also have been playing lately. If you can believe that.
We can actually talk about Pokemon.
I know what's going on a little bit. I got up to like close to 1,400 using my stupid Archaludon team lately. The one I sent into the Discord the other day. I'm not going to talk about it too in depth because I will use it in the house tour at some point this week, and I know we have house tour listeners.
I'm pretty sure I played that team. It felt cool. I liked it.
It's really fun. Also, my Orthworm team is.
I have not played the Orthworm team.
The Orthworm team, I played it one game and it felt really good.
That's not the big stall team,
no,
right?
that's Guarding Toxapex. We can talk about that team. I'm probably done using it at this point. I'm going to use one different team each week. Shout out to Garg Triple Protects for big W's in house tour this week. In game 2 I had a Sulkier on Excadrill and I was like, first of all, okay, it was a roll for the Excadrill to KO. If it was Adamant, it was in its favor, but still a roll. If it was Jolly, it was like 50-50. And so I was like, it was probably Adamant. I'm like, I'm just going for the triple protect here. And I clicked the third protect and I was like, and then I got it and I'm like, haha, this is awesome.
I'm so good at this game.
I'm amazing. There goes all my good luck for the rest of the week.
Well, we know who has the horseshoe now.
Yes, and it is very much lodged in my where. Carter, I'm
Your
not
human
seeing
pocket.
the lab mouse page on the actual screen right now.
Oh, that's because I'm not sharing my screen.
We should share that screen. That way the viewers
You
can see it
know,
as well. This one
you
is for
are
Daddy.
correct.
So shout out to Daddy. So, this team was really. I mean, this tournament was really cool. There was so many like really cool teams in here. I was looking through it a little bit earlier before the final results had come out, and some Pokemon had really like been doing extremely well that we maybe didn't see coming. Like, for example, like Clefable did very well in this tournament. Hisui and Decidueye also did very well in this tournament. But
I actually, I have been playing a little bit of Decadewey. It
Scrappy
had actually
plus like
been,
a 3 secondary effects fighting type move, maybe not the worst thing in the world.
yeah, this is Rain plus Decadewey. This is actually the exact six I was playing. No, that's not true.
With Razor
The
Claw
six,
too, so you got the additional crit chance.
the team I was playing had Arch instead of Goldie,
Mm.
and then the Decadewey was. I don't. It
Maybe
wasn't Razor
Life Orb.
Claw. It might have been. Oh, it was. I
It
think
gets
it was Sash.
haze.
Uh huh.
That's crazy.
I think it was Life Orb. It was Sash, and my Life Orb was on Pelly. I think was what I was doing.
That does also make sense. There is like so much Archaludon running around in the format right now that like non-Sash Pelipper is kind of not something we're seeing too often.
Yeah. It and like that was the conclusion I came to is Sash Pelly is just like the
Yeah,
play right
I
now.
mean Archaludon is number 5 in usage at 25%. We have our like classic Rillaboom and Incineroar at the top two, Rilla at 41%, Incin at 35%. There's like a ton of special attackers in the format and a lot of defiant competitive stuff. Like
Yep.
Kilowattrel has been something that I've been running into a lot on ladder lately.
I've ran into it a non-zero amount of times, that's for sure.
Yeah, like it's
Um
it's 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 a thing in this format. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily good, but it's one of the fastest Pokemon in the format, which is cool.
I'm curious how because like Basque Legion is something I've seen a lot. 70% of them are being played next to Pelipper. I mean that makes sense,
Yeah,
especially
they're
when
they're
Pelipper
Swift
is
Swim. Like adaptability doesn't stack very well with Terra. I think it's only a like additional 12% benefit.
well, I've
It's
seen
it's
like
weird.
adaptability choice scarf, which personally I'm not a fan of.
Normally they're choice banded. I
Yeah,
think
normally there's Swift Swim plus choice bands, but
or
I
Life
have
Orb is
seen,
something too. I mean, 20 choice scarfers in this format.
yeah, it's quite a few. But yeah, normally it's just like Last Respects, Wave Crash, Flip Turn, Aqua Jet. Like I mean these four. I mean that's really all you need is triple water coverage to be boosted by your rain, and then in the event you have a late game sweep with Last Respects,
Yeah,
like
and like flip turn to get out.
head smash is wild. That is
There's
insane.
only one of them. Ice Beam is even wild. Muddy Water.
Yeah, there's I'm assuming a Basque Legion female running around
Yeah, it
is
must
where you
be.
see
Must
this like
be.
choice specs with Surf, Shadow Ball, Muddy Water, Ice Beam.
Yeah,
Icy Wind is really interesting too.
especially if
This is
you're
like
running. I
an
mean,
extra form of speed
either
control.
form, you get like a nice speed control. But I do like.
Yeah,
I think you put that over your like your last spot, like over the Aqua Jet slot. Like,
yeah. I think like Flip Turn, Wave Crash, Last Respects are non-negotiable.
yeah,
Um, especially if you are the choice band set. If you're doing like Clear Amulet, I think you can probably drop Flip Turn and just do like Last Respects, Wave Crash, Protect +1, which probably is still Flip Turn.
I really like flip turn on it because you get that swift swim. Then if your matchup is bad into like
Just like, all right,
Incineroar
bye.
or
Yeah.
whatever, you can flip turn out of there, get reset your boosts, get back in later when you actually have last respects boosts. Um,
So I this week I've been finally on the bear train. I've finally been playing some Blood Moon for the first time, and this month's dumb.
It,
It's
it,
so dumb.
isn't it a little good?
It's kind of obnoxious.
When you
Just
can
like
click like 140 base power move
life
into
orb boosted.
anything that walks this earth, like it's pretty awesome.
It's so dumb, and like the things is like I have seen a lot of like Pelipper Rain is obviously like one of the top archetypes in the format, right?
Yeah.
Like we all can agree that like Rain is good, right? So I've been doing a lot of like Comfey plus Farigiraf, or like one of those two plus like Mouse Hold or something like that, and just like, all right, redirect, take the hit, get my Trick Room set up, and then I get to bring in my bear for free. And like Comfey Bear is kind of gross. You're just like, all right, Draining Kiss your Pelipper. It no longer has Sash.
Heal it.
Boom!
Heal it. And then after that, it's heal your Blood Moon over and over and over again. Like,
It's
90 base power spread normal type move that has no immunities is pretty awesome. Like, even into your steel types, you're still doing, like, decent damage, which is crazy.
yeah, and your steel types that aren't holding Assault Vest, which I mean,
And then it's like, all right,
top,
here's my Earth power, right?
like, oh, cool, you're a fire type. Okay, I don't care. Like, take this Blood Moon, go away. Like, and like even there's like the most common Archulodon spread lives Blood Moon, right?
Yeah.
Like you like live a Terra normal Blood Moon. You don't live Blood Moon plus Draining Kiss.
No, you do not. And like, it just like its type synergy just works so well around each other. It hasn't
like Giraffe is obviously very good too. Like, there's a reason that core exists.
Yeah, you give it like a helping hand, and it's like, all right, here we go.
And like being able to stop priority moves, like all the fake outs and all the grassy glides and sucker punches that have been running around. Just being able to say, I don't want to deal with that under my Trick Room. Let's not.
I ran it in my my House Cup match this week, and my Blood Moon did like, it was Terra flying at this point, but did like a casual 75% to Assault Vest Tyranitar. So it was like, all right, like they switched Tyranitar in. It was like, all right, here's this. How are you gonna deal with it?
That's my favorite part of Bear. Is just like, all right, I'm gonna switch my Incineroar. Oh, it died.
It's gone. Did you know that Damian Lillard played in this tournament?
Who?
Damian. Oh, you don't watch basketball. Angelo, where are you? Come back. At 30,
you said Damian Lillard, and my first thought was Matthew Lillard. I'm like, that's weird.
Shaggy? Ruh-roh? No.
Why is William Afton playing Pokemon?
Damian Lillard played in this tournament. Damian Lillard, VGC. He's a basketball player, but I don't think that it's actually Damian Lillard. If I had to guess,
that'd be so funny if it was, though.
It would be pretty crazy. But I guess we can go over this top cut here.
Yeah, I guess we could talk about the actual teams and not more movie trivia.
Shout out to Viva Italia, because they have been dominating shit recently. They won Worlds, and now they have like, what is this, like a good 70, like 80% of the top cut here. It's all Italian players.
Yeah, that's I mean, you have what, 8 here or 7 from the top 10, top 16. You spread it down to
10 and top
10
16.
of the top 16.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive. Italy, full of good VGC players.
This is news. Too bad Angelo, our local Italian, is not here this week to actually talk about it.
It's fine.
So we're gonna talk about Australia, and
we're gonna talk about Trick Room.
Aussie, oi, oi. Yeah,
where's the bear? This is a weird bear team.
I kind of love this team. I mean, I know the UDL stuff has really not been coming out because I stink. It's funny because I recorded all my videos for it. I just like never got through it. But Indeedee Hat is like such a good combo. It's just so nasty.
Is this where I put my Bruno plug for the week?
Uh, no, this is where we put our Tom Hayden plug for the week.
Okay. We'll hold off on the Bruno plug then.
Yeah, I don't think there's any Orthworm here for Bruno. I know he does love.
No,
he's a Trick Room
huge
guy, but
hat fiend. Yeah,
but
he has made many claims that he's only going to play Trick Room this format.
I think that Tom Hayden is like the Trick Room guy when it comes to like Trick Room. This is 2 weeks now where I feel like I've slandered Bruno, and little does he know that I absolutely love the man. Like, did I answer him on Discord? No. Is that because I don't look at Discord that much anymore? Yeah. So sorry, Bruno, but
just start DMing him on Twitter.
Yeah, that'll change everything. We have Sunroom plus Araquanid here. I mean, Hatterene and DD plus Araquanid has been a core staple
With
for my UDL team this season.
Multiple wide guard users too.
That's the best part about this format. It's like, let's just click wide guard like 100 times and
like, hey, nice bear.
the best part about it is that like only one of these Pokemon actually care about Golden Go, Make It Rain. The rest do care about the bear quite a bit, like. But
I actually really love this team. In all actuality, I love like this Sunroom with like a fast mode of like Lilligant plus Torkoal, or just like Lilligant Torkoal plus like Gallade and like Hat in the back or something like that. I like these like multimodal Trick Room teams are some of the teams that I really, really enjoy. And I honestly think that Trick Room is very well positioned in this format.
There's so many good so many good Pokemon to fill the roles.
Well, the big thing is like the Pelipper Rain teams, in my experience, really have struggled with Trick Room.
Yeah.
So just being able to just abuse them and gain the speed advantage is a way to really combat that team, in my opinion.
I mean, they're good into the Hatterene,
from playing Pelipper to playing against it a lot. It's just like, oh, they don't have a Trick Room answer. Guess I'll click the bear button.
Most of those teams like are pretty good into the Hatterene because they have like the Steel type, but then you pair it with the Torkoal as well, and that can become very problematic for those teams because if you don't have your Pelipper position in the right place, the Torkoal is going to run a house. But if you do have the Pelipper position in the right place, you then have Araquanid to go in and start clicking these liquidations, which are going to do tons of damage even into your resists.
Something I have really, really enjoyed in this format is Weather Ball. Like, as a whole, like, Weather Ball being on Pelipper is just absolutely huge, right? And, like, into these teams that have a different form of, like, weather in some capacity, may it be sun or, like, the T-Tar rain, sand teams. Like, T-Tar Terra Flyings. That's not taking a rock-type Weather Ball.
And then you have, like, Incineroar on those teams. And, like, when you're running Focus Sash Pelipper, you're running, like, max speed on it. Your Incineroar, even with a ton of investment, is not going to outspeed the Pelipper with max speed. Here's my Terra Rock, Terra Water Weather Ball. Eat that. Like, but I think I really like Gallade in this team a lot as well.
Gallade is a mon that every time I've played against it, it has really impressed me. I personally really like Sash Gallade. I think that this like Scopeland's version is fine, but man, just being able to like guarantee live a hit with your Gallade means that you're doing so much damage with like your Sacred Swords.
Yeah, but like then you have it on the Lilligant, and it's like, all right, I can put you to sleep, or I can click after you and let my Torkoal just go to town. I also enjoy that.
The Scopelands is actually really great here on it because it acts as a pseudo clear amulet in like a way.
Yeah,
we're just like you're just gonna crit through the Intimidate drop, so who cares?
Does Psycho Cut does have an increased crit chance,
It
right?
does, yes.
Yeah, so it's like
As does
anything
like
that's
Leaf
not
Blade, which
named
it has access to.
Incineroar is
Yeah,
gonna get, has a 50-50 chance of getting crit at any point.
and even Ensign, is not going to like a potential like crit Sacred Sword. So, and I mean, playing against the Gallade, it's like, well, Archulodon doesn't like seeing it because that Sacred Sword's going to do a ton.
Yeah.
My bear doesn't like seeing it because that Sacred Sword's going to do a ton.
And the best part about the Archaludon matchup is that, like, even if you have all the stamina boost in the world, you're at 4 times defense.
Doesn't matter.
Here's a coin flip to figure out if you're gonna get crit or not through it. Like,
Well, I mean, Sacred Sword doesn't care either, right?
yeah, it goes through the defense boost. I didn't even think about that.
So it's like, yeah, sure, you can be +6. I don't care. You're getting one shot.
Gallade's
It's
awesome,
it's
man.
it's literally bringing a loaded gun to like a knife fight, which is funny because it's the sharpness Pokemon. I really like the Hisui Lilligant, like after you next to Torkoal stuff is really cool. I also think that like Lilligant on its own, just being able to like have chlorophyll plus like close combat is so much damage.
Yeah.
It is like fighting coverage is honestly pretty okay in this format between your Ensigns and your Archulodons, your King Gambits, both bear forms. There's a lot of things that really do not like seeing fighting coverage, but also at the same time, you have Goldie, you have Bascu Legion, you have Ape, you have Dragapult running around, and like there's a ton of Terra Ghost as well. So like you had to be cautious with your fighting coverage, but like
That's where you just
when
click
it's
after
good,
you,
it's
right?
insane. Yeah, 100%.
Like that's the one thing with Lilligant is that there's not a lot of fighting coverage in the format whatsoever right now. There's not too many great fighting types. So having the ability to say when my fighting type is good, I'm gonna use it as a fighting type, but when it's not good, I'm gonna use it
It
as
is
an
the Sun
after
Abuser.
use sleep
Yeah,
powder bot and
yeah,
allow
it's a
Torkoal
Sun
to go
Abuser.
off. Which Choice Specs Torkoal Terrify Eruption just does massive damage to anything we're talking about here. Outside of a wide guard user, you really don't have too many ways to survive that attack.
I've played. Speaking of like eruption users, I've seen a lot of Hisuian Typhlosion floating around
That
as
is
well.
another big winner in this tournament here. I've seen it kind of all over the place. Looking through there's a couple here in top 16, but very earlier on,
Yeah,
earlier
there's
today
one
there
right
was
here in 10th.
yeah
Yeah, which is actually what made me think of it. Is
10th
you
and
shared this
11th.
team in 10th earlier
That team in
and
10th is
11th.
awesome.
Oh, they have it.
But
Oh,
if you look a little bit lower, like there is so many Hisuian Typhlosion who made like day 2 of this tournament that
Mm-hmm.
made it past. I don't know exactly how high they were in the format overall. I'm gonna scroll through quickly and see where I can find it.
Yeah, it looks like cut is X and 3. So
It was top 16 made cut.
that can't be right, is it?
Typhlosion was no, that's regular Typhlosion. There's no way that was the one I'm looking for. I should probably just search it. I have Tim's amazing thing. It was 34th overall with 24 different versions.
24, and there's 2 regular as well. But like, who cares about that?
No one cares about that because you're not immune to fake out in that version. This one you are, and you can run choice specs next to Whimsicott Sunny Day.
Yep.
You have like a decent speed stat as well, and you're able to just click Eruption. And if you're not able to click Eruption, you're able to click Heat Wave, Shadow Ball, Overheat, Flamethrower. It doesn't matter.
My problem with Typhlosion next to Whimsicott, especially if you are choice specs, is you want both the speed and the sun, and like you can't commit to both in one turn, unfortunately. But I mean, just getting the speed, firing off a big eruption, then potentially taking out your like threat, and then the following turn set your sun, and now your eruptions are even better. Like that's just a line. Or
Yeah.
having this be your late game sweeper where their fastest threats are already gone, and then bringing it in and clicking your sunny day and just again firing off a cannon essentially.
That's why doubles Ranbat's Typhlosion is just broken, because it runs Choice Scarf like 90% of the time. So it's able to go
That's
Scarf
not what I want.
Terrafire. Okay, you want to move to team number 2 here? Second place.
We are like 20 some minutes into this, and we've talked about essentially one team.
That's okay. This is per usual. Everyone's expecting this when they saw that it was just us. This is one of our Choice Scarf Basket Legion teams. This has the really cool thing of being able to do Choice Scarf Aqua Jet into Armor Rouge for weakness
That's
policy.
gonna do so
armor.
much damage.
It will, but then you get weak arm, or you do Flip Turn with the Choice Scarf, and then, which is a special
Flip turn
attack.
or Aqua Jet, yeah.
Flip Turn is a special attack, so it doesn't do as much.
No, it's not. It's physical.
I swear it's a
physical
attack.
switching move.
Are you sure?
I'm 1000% sure. That's why you play it on Basque.
Flip Turn.
Which is why we were so upset when Gyarados didn't get it.
All right, you win. You win this
I know.
time. But you still get your weakness policy. You get into Indeedee, and then you start clicking weakness policy boosted expanding forces. But you also run Endure on the Armor Rouge. That way you survive. That's awesome. This team is cool. I mean, it's like a lot of the good stuffs of the format. You have your really great ghost types with choice items who allow them to just do a lot of damage and be really fast.
Something that I have seen on Golden Go here lately is dropping Power Gem for Thunder or Thunderbolt to be able to help in the rain matchup even more.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, that in specifically rain, Thunder is absurd.
Who would have thought? What is it? 110 base power, like
boosted by your choice specs, and again because of the rain, 100% accurate.
You're never missing it. Yeah, I think that this team is pretty cool. I think that overall, besides the Basket Legion Ursaluna stuff, you have like a decently standard, just, like mid-speed team with the ability to either go fast or go slow.
Yeah.
With a lot of really great attacking options.
I love Encore Whimsicott in this format.
We've been loving Encore Whimsicott since the beginning of Reg G.
I love Whimsicott. I cannot shout that from the rooftops enough.
I literally said when we were doing our Reg G tier list that I after the first tournament I was like, let's just be honest with ourselves here, boys. Whimsicott's just better than Tornadus. Like, you can just click Encore and lock whatever you want into whatever.
More importantly, you're faster than Tornadus, so you can taunt it.
Exactly. Whimsicott's great. I think it's going to be really good in this format. It has so many options that it can fit on so many teams. You don't need to run Encore on it. I mean, you can run Sunny Day over it.
I think the best versions of Whimsicott is this set, where it's just Moonblast, Tailwind, Encore, Protect.
I do like Covert Cloak with Sunny Day as well over Protect.
I also enjoy me a good Sunny Day user.
Yeah.
I will say that, like, playing against this Whimsicott, you can't ever click a setup move.
Unless you're Golden Go.
And you can't ever click Protect in front of it.
Yeah.
Like, because if you do, you're hard locked into that move for the rest of the game until you deal with that Whimsicott.
Unless you are Golden Go or a Dark type. Those are your only options.
Yeah. Which, like, I mean, how many dark types are in this format that are actually seeing play.
Incineroar, King Gambit, if you're me, Greninja.
So you have Incin at 2, King Gambit at 8, and then the next dark type is Hydreigon at 22 and T-Tar at 23.
Grimmsnarl is probably somewhere within the top 40, but yeah, dark.
Grimmsnarl is 43.
What about where's Golden Go at? It's got to be up there, right?
It's like 5.
Okay. Golden Go is your main
looking...
anti-Whimsicott Pokemon. Like,
Yeah.
Whimsicott just doesn't do anything to Goldie. But that's why you have Armarouge. That's why you have Basculegion. That's why you have Ursaluna. Yeah. That's why you have your own Golden Go.
That's why you have you have access to Giraffe or Indeedee as well to be able to stop this Whimsicott from encoring you. Like there's answers to it, but man, when it's good, it's insane.
Yeah.
Like being able to just like encore the Trick Room setter into their Trick Room is like a way around that. Granted, most of your Trick Room setters in this format are Farigiraf or Indeedee or like Hatterene. So like all of them innately are immune to Encore.
just by being them. But
yeah.
There's like no other trick. I mean Armarouge, but that's always running with Indeedee, so
yeah.
Yeah, this team's cool. This has like so many different options on the fast and slow modes that you're able to kind of pick and choose your matchups. Definitely doesn't have like the best Torkoal matchup in the world, so I understand why they didn't do super well into Torkoal. Hatterene.
Yeah, Basculegion has to be pretty good in that matchup, and if it goes down early, then you're kind of not happy. But
or
even then,
if
it's
it
not
comes
all that great.
If it comes in too early as well, you're gonna be like,
yeah. I mean, it's not doing a lot inside of Sun is the problem. So like,
yeah,
you're relying on like Armarouge, I guess, to like click in Expanding Force. The problem is that gets blown up pretty bad by after you Sleep Powder.
Yeah, yes it does.
I mean, after you Earth Power or just like Sleep Powder the Armarouge, and then there's no longer a threat.
Hyper Voice, Blood Moon, yeah. I do like this team a lot though. All right, moving on to the third team in this tournament. We got Como here. Como Sinistra, another UDL. Well, Sinistra I used UDL 10. Como I used UDL 9.
Oh, hey, there's another Trick Room user that you can encore.
Yes.
In Sinistra.
Yes, there is. Como plus Golden Go, UDL 9 champs. So we will always remember that. I will never forget to mention anytime I can mention about the team that I won with.
Hey, I understand. Jigglypuff is good.
Jigglypuff is the best.
Jigglypuff and Delibird are kings.
Did Jigglypuff actually play in the finals? No.
Yes.
Wait, did it?
Yes, it won me the finals.
I thought that was the semifinals. You used Parasong against Ben.
No, it won me the finals. That was the winning play.
What, the Parasong?
Yeah, 100%.
No, dude, I'm telling you, I don't think so. I think that was.
I guarantee it was.
I'm going back right now.
I'm already on it.
I'm calling you out. On this.
I know this worked.
I think it was. I think it was the championships though.
That's what I'm saying.
I think it was semifinals.
What won me that match? No.
I'm looking right now.
5.
Because it was definitely against Ben. Semifinals. It was you against Ben. In the finals, you played against the Pichus, and it's not found because Showdown killed all their replays. Oh, I'm so telling you, it was not against the team that you thought it was.
Dog, I know it was.
The Pichus was Apple. Dude, there's no way you brought Jigglypuff to this matchup. 0%
I'm
chance.
looking.
Berserker,
You want to talk about
Espeon,
this team while I do
Lurantis,
some?
Hitmonchan, like, no shot. No shot you brought.
You want to talk about this team while I
Sure.
dig for my winning team?
Sure. So this team is like cool. You have Sinistcha plus Como, which makes a really good combo with the Clangorous Soul. You can use that. Switch in the Sinistcha, get your Hospitality boost up, and then click Rage Powder as you click Clanging Scales. This one is running Flamethrower over Flash Cannon. While it gives you a more negative matchup against like Fairy types specifically, it gives you a good benefit against the Steel types, which Flash Cannon or Iron Head does not give you. So clicking Flamethrower obviously is a pretty beneficial part of this team. Golden Goat is your Steel type to deal with those Fairy types. You click Make It Rain. This one is running Thunderbolt over the Power Gem that we saw on the top 2 team. So that's cool. We have Smeargle as well, making an appearance here. Fake Out, Spore, Spiky Shield, and Follow Me. I think that's pretty standard for what we're going to see for Smeargle. Sometimes we see Decorate, but it's not too fantastic next to Golden Go because it doesn't actually work. Ensign, we don't really got to talk about that. Then we have another Torkoal here. This one with Assault Vest, Terrifier. Your Trick Room user is Sinistcha with Terra Fairy, so it gives you that option to set Trick Room and then bring your Torkoal in as well. Really nice, dual mode team. There's a lot of setup here in that you need to get your Como set up to really make this work. Smeargle is really trying to just affect the other opponent's, your opponent's team. Same with Incineroar. Sinistcha I found to be a little hit or miss just overall. I had to drop it in UDL this season because I didn't think that the hospitality boost was as good as something like Follow Me, Ivy Cudgel Ogre Bond. But in this format, I think Sinistcha actually is a really good position. And then you can also use that hospitality next to the Torkoal and really get it back to decent health, especially with Life Dew, and click Strong Eruptions. So that's that team. Very cool team overall. I think that this team is maybe one of my favorites within the top 6 at least. I see a Garganacl hiding down here at 7th. So that one might go a little bit above that, but I think that's a really cool team. Just generally speaking, I think there's a lot of awesome options to make the Como work. Did you find it yet?
I think so.
I'm surprised you didn't know that it was actually in semifinals.
I think you're right.
I'm telling you, it was semifinals against Ben, like 100%, because he still talks about it to this day.
Do you know? Yeah, it is. It is against Ben.
That was the semifinals
video
matchup.
The video is. It just has it listed as the first playoff match. So
Because you might have got
did we
a
only
bye.
do top 4 that season?
No, we probably did top 8, but you might have got a bye.
No, I wouldn't have. I would have. I think I came in at 8.
No, you came in at 5th, so you wouldn't have gotten a bye, but still. I think that was in game 2 against Ben, who was the Melmetals, who was one of the top seeds.
Yeah, I was the 5 seed. You are correct.
Yeah, and then in your finals match, I don't know what you brought, but you won anyway. I don't think you brought Jigglypuff into that matchup, though. It had a terrible matchup. Like, Berserker, Espeon, Lurantis, Electivire, Omastar, Togepi. Like, you're not bringing Jigglypuff there.
Who is JPEG guy?
That's Ben.
Okay, he changed his username, so I didn't know.
Yeah.
I just searched for RTT4. This is a message from last December that just says, I lost an RTT4 playoffs to Morgrim T-waving my whole team and I couldn't move.
And then
Which also
Jigglypuff
sounds like
let
me.
you. No, you definitely did that, and then you clicked Perish Song in game 2, and that was awesome.
Was it game 2 or game 3?
Game 2. There was no game 3. Because I'm looking at the document, and there was no game 3. Okay, moving on to team number 4 here. We have our first Dozo of the tournament. Dozo seems to be kind of underperforming right now. Just overall, like there's 2 of them in the top 16. I think we were expecting to see a little bit more of it. Rillaboom, obviously a big concern for it. Incineroar, also another big concern for it. Carter, do you want to switch to the Dozo team?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I was still looking for Jigglypuff. What? This is the Dozo team?
Yeah, the number 4 in the tournament.
I got you.
So, this is kind of pretty standard Dozo as we've seen it. We've seen the Glimmora, Dozo, Tatsugiri teams quite often. You have, Golden Go, Rillaboom, and Talonflame to add on to this. Talonflame is a great way to shut down the Amoonguss that Dozo sometimes struggles to deal with. I don't have too much to say about this team just because it's kind of just good stuffs.
Yeah, I mean, Talonflame good, Dozo good. Dozo when there's no hard answer to it, good. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you have the Terra Grass to clean up your Archaludon matchups, which is also why you're running Unaware.
Order Up is still pretty okay until they Terra Fairy, and that's when you just wave crash them.
But Terra Fairy isn't really that much of a thing right now, right?
I've ran into it quite a bit this week.
Let me check what Landmouse's Terras are kind of running.
Archulodon's top is Grass, followed by Fairy.
Terra Fairy is on 5.79% of Pokemon. So it's the 7th most popular Terra type right now. Which
it's second most popular on Arch, but Grass is 75% of them.
So. But when you Terra Grass on your Dozo, what's Arch necessarily doing to you?
Body pressing you, but they don't get their boost. So
yeah, and they don't get their Electro Shot boost either. That doesn't matter.
There's madmen out here playing Meteor Beam on their Archulodons, and I think they need to seek therapy.
That's actually the most common set on Doubles Ranbats. It's Power Herb, Electro Shot, and Meteor Beam. It's pick or choose, baby. Is there a water type in front of you? Click Electro Shot. Is there a fire type in front of you? Click Meteor Beam.
That's so funny.
Okay, I think
I don't want to talk about Dozo anymore.
I think that's plenty talk about Dozo. I don't have too much to say about number 5 either. It's pretty standard Archaludon
Rain good.
We have that Choice Scarf Basculegion that you were talking about earlier once again.
Notably, it's adaptability and not Swift Swim, which is why your Choice Scarf.
Yeah, exactly. The Bullet Seed Rillaboom is something I want to talk about.
Dog, I hate Bullet Seed Rillaboom so much. I think this is stupid, and I hate it, and I understand why it exists. That doesn't mean I like it.
Let's talk about Water Shuriken Greninja. Okay. Is Bullet Seed Rillaboom better? Probably.
Bullet Seed Rillaboom does a ton of damage.
Yeah, it does a ton of so does Choice Specs Water Shuriken Greninja. But you also don't get your full loaded dice boosted rolls from it either. This team's pretty cool. I mean, I don't really got a ton to say about it overall. It's pretty standard Archaludon Rain stuff. But you have that Bullet Seed to boost your stamina.
Things that you can do with Bullet Seed. A ton of damage. Break Sash. That's really good.
Yeah.
You can also Bullet Seed your Archulodon and then just body press people.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
It's not priority like Water Shuriken is, though.
But Rillaboom and Greninja, for that case, are both just faster. So, like, who cares?
Yeah. And you get, like, that immunity to the Amoonguss, Rage Powder and stuff.
Maybe I need to play Rillaboom next to my Ape so I can just Bullet Seed my Ape.
You could certainly do that as well. It's just going to
just
do a
Terra
lot
Fire.
more damage.
Nah, Terra Fire.
You gotta force your Terra then, and then you get wrecked by Surf Greninja.
I'm not... I'm going to say it. I'm not worried about my Greninja matchup.
Alright, don't play me then, brother.
I'm not worried about my Greninja matchup. When you're sitting in front of a Rillaboom.
Terra Ghost, Sludge Wave with the Archaludon. Have fun. I like my Greninja, okay? I like talking about Greninja.
I also like your Greninja.
I think it's really fun. It's been really good for me, too.
Alright, let's talk about some spice.
You want to get into Carter's Corner?
No. This is still top 8 team.
Is it number 5? Yeah, Vivillon.
5 or 6, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is 6.
Toro should be Mirror Herb. Earlier today...
You said Mirror Herb, and my first thought was Meteor Beam. And I'm just like, that's
earlier today, I Shedtail Earthworm into Mirror Herb Tauros Water against a Kingambit. And
Jay, we need to talk.
The game was over from there.
Are you okay?
I'm great. I don't play anymore, so I get to just cook.
You get to do the goofy shit.
I get to just I'm just having fun with it. Like, I made Stall. I made 3 teams last week. One of them was Stall. One of them was Earthworm, and then the other one was Greninja Archaludon. Now we're gonna see which of my opponents actually listen to the podcast. But we have Vivillon here. This is really cool. We do not have Compound Eyes Sleep Powder, which means that we hit 97% of the time. But we have Friend Guard.
Instead, you're hitting, you're 75%. But it's okay because now your team is bulky as all get out and not gonna die.
Yeah, so even if you miss, it's okay, and even if you don't, like, you can just Pollen Puff the next turn and fix it up, you know. Prim has been really cool in this format. I think Terra Grass is the most popular Prim Terra right now. It helps it deal with Amoonguss just a little bit better. But yeah, I mean, this team has some really cool options. Like the Fire Tauros is pretty solid. With Rillaboom's importance in the format, like Fire Tauros might actually be a little bit better than Water Tauros.
Sunny Day Tauros is some hotness that I cannot stress enough.
I just don't see where they're going with it.
Do you outspeed Pelipper?
Yes, like easily. Pelipper's like base 7, not even base 70. It might even be worse than that. It reaches like 128 speed total.
How fast is
Tauros? Is base 100.
There's no way this thing is that fast.
It is.
What the heck?
Tauros is base 100. That thing's quick. So I guess it's into that matchup specifically.
Pelipper is base 65.
Okay, I was like, it's not base 70, and I was right.
So yeah, you bring it in against against Rain, and you go, man, it sure would be a shame if you couldn't electroshock me.
It'd be a shame if you click that button right now, and then I get to close combat you next turn.
It'd be a shame if instead you just clicked and connected your Hurricane. Please don't do that.
Don't do that. Please and thank you. My Terra Grass can't take it.
Or my fighting type can't take it.
But
I like Tauros as an answer to Rain, like if you're doing the Sunny Day thing. Terra Grass is not the solution, though.
Terra's Steel?
Steel's not bad. Is there anything that resists flying and water?
No.
Terra Dragon might not also be terrible.
I don't think as a fire type Terra Dragon is that great.
Yeah, you're probably right.
You
Like,
probably
you're
want that
still...
flying resist more than anything. The grass is
Yeah.
obviously there for the Amoonguss, which,
Mm-hmm.
can very easily Terra water in your face, and it's like, what do I do here? You have a lot of Amoonguss hate on this team. You have the Primarina Terra Grass, the Rillaboom, the Safety Goggles King Gambit. So it makes some sense, for sure. But I don't know. I mean, I don't think you're leading like you probably are leading like Tauros plus Rillaboom a decent amount of the time on this team. But I also think you want to put that King Gambit out in front to bait the Intimidates,
Mm-hmm.
which King Gambit feels a little whatever on this team to me, just because Defiant isn't all that important. Like when I see this team, I'm not like Incineroar is a must bring.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. You have your clear amulet on one of your physical attackers. The other one is just pivoting around with U-turn, and
And
then
it's
your
clear
third
body
one,
too.
yeah, your third one is also clear body. Like,
And then it's like Primarina is just gonna eat up an Incineroar. Viv, I guess, is Viv and Rillaboom are the main reasons, but like
Viv, you
you
don't
have,
have protect, so you could just get hit by a fake
but you
out.
have
It's
Terra
like,
Ghost on it.
do you want to really commit your Terra to Viv in front of an Ensign when like the rest of your
Sometimes,
team, when the rest of your team beats up Ensign?
but I think that's mainly there for like the Rillabooms, I
Yeah,
guess.
it is. I'm sure.
But that
Plus,
also
like
kind of works in
Pollen Puff
Gengar's
is kind
matchup.
of Pollen Puff kind of slaps on this team.
Yeah,
Like giving you just that extra bit of
Sword
recovery
Stance your King
while
Gambit and then start spamming Sucker Punches while you're pollen puffing up. Pretty broken.
and like you also have your Tailwind, so like your King Gambit can outspeed things, so you can just kowtow them instead.
Yeah,
Or you just Rage Powder and then like get your free. Yeah, you Rage Powder, get your free Swords Dance, Tailwind. Now you're outspeeding, punch them, and all in the while your King Gambit is also like not really threatened by anything. And what it is, you're taking reduced damage thanks to Friend Guard. Yeah,
yeah,
Viv slaps.
and like your Drain Punch with like Annihilate or any of your fighting types, like you're punching that into Viv, who is a resist or an immunity. Take your coin flip. It's gonna
Mm-hmm.
not really work out for you
Yeah,
either
it's either a
way.
4 times resist or an immunity.
Or you click Rage Fist into the King Gambit, and it's like, all right, here we go.
Yeah, sure, you can have that one.
There you go.
Either you're putting my Viv down to Sash because he Rage Fisted it, and then losing your losing your Annihilate to my +2 Kowtow.
Okay, do you want to get into Carter's Corner here a little bit? We can. We've been going for quite some time here, I think. So
Here in just to round out this top 8, there's like this Garg Palafin team. Seems cool. Not really my vibe, but it's fine. And then 8th there is a.
is that the dude who won our tournament that one time? I think so.
I don't recognize the name.
It might have been. If I remember correctly, it might have been, but we won't get too far into it. I do love the guard. Good pick on their part. Very cool. And then Tyranitar in 8. That's cool.
Yeah, T-Tar and Volk and Clefable. Oh wait, I'm sorry, wrong team.
Yeah, Clef is 9.
Yeah, there's a Clef and a Volk here. Here you go, 10th place. We can talk
Let's talk about Marco Fierro's team. This team is awesome.
So we are
triple
starters.
I opened this team and I'm like, we better have pledges. And I saw the Typhlosion first. I'm like, oh, we're not pledges. And then I see the other two and I'm like, oh, we are pledges.
We are pledges.
Let's go. So that's hype. That's really cool.
Meowscarada plus Grass Pledge is so hype because you're so fast.
Yeah, and you get the protein like boost on.
It uses the speed of the faster one, but uses the special attack of the slower one. Is that right?
I believe so. Yes.
So
Primarina would follow
Meow's
up.
speed, but then you're using Primarina or Typhlosion's special attack.
And then you're setting up Swamp, which I believe drops speed.
Reduces their speed?
50% for 5 turns.
Yeah.
So have fun with your Tailwinds. You're still not outspeeding my Meowscarada after that. Shout out to my one video where I used pledges. It was very bad. But
This to speak on pledges, Carl and I both made top cut for the Inkay games, and our top cut match rule set is only evolutions. It is only starters and their evolutions, which includes Pikachu and Eevees as well. So like pledges could be kind of hype.
It's probably really crazy.
Like Meow plus Prim pledges seems really fun.
Yeah, or you can run like Meow plus Empoleon for competitive boosts. Plus pledges.
Yeah, plus I mean you still have like Rilla Ensign running around, which I mean with every team basically guaranteed to have a fire, water, grass core. Having your speed priority of Grassy Glide seems really good. I think Raichu could be fine for kind of the same purpose.
I think you just run Pikachu with Light Ball.
Honestly, though, it's probably not the dumbest thing.
It's probably pretty solid, honestly.
And then like pick an evolution.
Umbreon.
I mean, there's nothing to say we can't have multiple evolutions.
Umbreon, Sylveon.
Yeah, like Sylveon plus. I mean, I guess it has to be like
what answers do Umbreon have? And does Umbreon have in this format?
U-turn off of Rillaboom.
Close combat from Infernape.
Emboar.
Ooh,
I forgot I get to play Blaziken in this format. Blaziken pledges sounds hype.
You speed boost your pledges, and then it's like, all right, now we're using Meowscaradas. Very cool. Yeah, this team was really awesome. I saw this and I was like, this is hot. Yeah. You have Terra Electric Power Herb Electro Shot. So there that is. Are you still with Luna Blood Moon Earth Power? Sure, but
to transition a little bit, coming back here, 21st and 22nd, there is a Clefable Gengar team.
Yes, they're the same team, correct?
Yeah. Let's load this up and look at this for a second. Mental Herb Clef.
There's the Mirror Herb Aqua Paldean Thorax.
Yes!
I told you it was good, guys. I told you. Terrastellar Gengar.
Interesting. I don't know if I agree with that.
I love it.
But it exists.
I love it.
I don't particularly love poison damage in this current format.
I think it's better than you think it is. Rillaboom's on close to 50% of
I mean,
teams.
yeah, like it's good into Rillaboom, but then it's also like obviously absurdly bad into Arch and Goldie. Like,
but then you just have Shadow Ball.
That is true.
Terrastellar Shadow Ball, and you get to haze away.
I bet Goldie probably doesn't live that.
I don't think so. And Arch takes a nice percentage gone, even with the Assault Vest. And then you get to haze away the stamina boost that it took on the last.
That is true. Gengar is probably better into Arch than I'm thinking.
I think it's a lot better than you think. I played like one or two of them, I think. And it's pretty solid.
You give them their defense boost and then bring in your Tauros, and now you have an unkillable wall.
True. I didn't even think about that. You have the Quiver Dance Volk on the same team too.
Quiver Dance Volk is secretly one of my favorite Trickermancers. Because, like, they're sending Trickerman on turn 1.
Yeah.
So you just Quiver Dance up, and you're like, alright, well, now I'm bulky.
Now I'm just going to live your Expanding Force. It's going to take 3 of them to kill me.
Like, nice Blood Moon. I'm going to protect this turn. Now I'm going to live your Hyper Voice next turn. Oh, you're gonna go for Earth Power. Well, now I'm Terra Grass, so I live it. Like, Volk is sick. I love Volcarona so freaking much.
Yeah, Volk I honestly think is going to be pretty solid in this format.
This team's really cool. I'm a fan of what's going on here.
It's going to take some time, for sure. But I do think it's going to be pretty good. Player was claimed off waivers. I got my play. No, wait, I didn't get my player. What? How did he win it over me? I'm sorry, that's stupid.
What league is this?
This is soccer.
Okay. Not relevant for me. Got it. We can. I'm gonna try to find one more here to end the podcast on. Oh, here we go. This is 47th place. We have Lefty's Goldie, Specs Hydreigon, Citrus Gastro, Covert Cloak Talonflame, Eviolite Electabuzz, and Clear Amulet Cleavor, baby! I love Cleavor, and I wish it was good. That is my stance on Cleavor.
Yeah, I wish it was good too. I do actually think it has not the worst look in the format.
It is a close combat user into Arch. You have Stone Axe to be able to deal with Pelipper and set rocks. So like if they try to like pivot around with Pelipper, they're gonna take the rocks damage. Stone Axe is such a sick move, man.
It is. It's really, really cool.
Cleavor makes me miss G-Max Volcanic. G-Max Vocalith. I haven't thought about Colossal in a long time. And
I know, right?
This team is really cool. Like Nasty Plot Goldie is just like so much extra damage, and being able to go fast with your Tailwind off of Talonflame is obviously like very good. I don't understand the Terra Ground Talonflame.
Elixir Shot.
That makes sense, especially next to like Gastrodon as well. So then you have Gastrodon as an immunity, potentially Talonflame, Hydreigon's a resist, Electabuzz is a resist. Okay. I can pick it up.
I guess so. Like,
then you have Earth Power to deal a bunch of damage.
I feel like Terra Flying is still just better on this team.
Yeah, probably. I mean, like, you don't particularly want to keep Talonflame in against rain. Like,
yeah.
Your goal is to set Tailwind and get out.
But you do want to set Sunny Day. I mean, not Sunny Day on this team. Will-O-Wisp on this one.
True. You also have like Snarl here from Hydreigon, which is another reason that I think Defiant is like really well positioned as well. Obviously, you have the threat of Incineroar running around, but like between Hydreigon and like T-Tars, there's a bunch of Snarls running around too. In all actuality, so being able to just like read that, make a switch in, get your special attacker out, so you don't have to deal with it, and bring in your King Gambit or your Annihilate, something like that to really punish them is awesome. I made a sick read the other day. They were going for a parting shot into my Archaludon, so I pivoted in Ape. And I just put in the chat, "Oh no," and they replied, "I need to call an ambulance."
Call an ambulance, not for me.
And then the best part is I KO'd whatever their third mon was, so they had to bring Ensign back in. It's like, oh, you have royally screwed up here.
Here go my stocks going straight up in the air. Man, I'm so mad I missed this waiver wire pickup, man. I'm heated right now because it literally was off of, we bid the same amount, but they had not picked up somebody in the waiver yet, so they got first.
Boo!
But they're first in the league.
That's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. I'm pissed off. And they're the commissioner too, so they obviously get all the annoyance thrown on them because they get special, and their point system is terrible. So that's all I'm gonna say on this.
I found another Gengar. It's basically the same team, but instead of Clefable, they're playing Electabuzz.
Nice. Shout out Electabuzz.
There's a few Palm Mots down here, like 5 and 3.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool teams in this format. I think that
Oh, okay. Actual factual last team.
yes, sir. Okay.
What is this scope lens Rhyperior?
Why not just flinch your rock slides when you can crit them too?
You know what's better than
Terra Dragon Cheer next to a Alolan Executor.
Terra Dragon Cheer plus Outrage.
Mm.
That is the hottest thing
So
I've
you
ever
always
seen in my life.
So this is the plan, right? You click Trick Room with a Alolan Executor, and you then Dragon Cheer, and now all your rock slides are flinching when you Terra Dragon. You're no longer
That's not
weak.
right?
It
Makes
with
them
the scope lens it is.
No, it makes them always crit, not flinch.
I apologize.
Okay,
Crits.
okay. I wanted to make sure I wasn't missing something.
So your rock slides are always critting, with the chance to flinch as well. Under Trick Room, you're no longer weak to the grass and water type 4 times weakness that you had, because you're Terra Dragon at the moment. You are solid rock, so your special defense is better. Into like the Hyper Voice Sylveon, and then you
Okay,
just
but
win. You just crit everything.
But I'm gonna say it. This seems right up my alley.
Is there maybe a little bit too much going into the Rhyperior setup? Sure.
No, I mean honestly, I don't. It's not that much.
You could do it next
Eggy
to
needs to be-
Dragapult too.
Yeah, I mean, you just. I really like this. I love me some solid rock Rhyperior. It gives off big, Series 2, Series 3 energy from Sword and Shield. And just wacky off the wall things is so funny to me.
I love it.
I think I would drop Psychic Noise for Sleep Powder just to get that cheese factor.
Probably. I think
I like Energy Ball more than Psychic Noise.
I think that you should just be running like Draco Meteor.
Ooh, that's some hotness.
Right?
And then run Dragon Cheer on your Dragapult too, so you can crit through your
Exactly. Gosh.
Am I too lost in the sauce yet?
Never too lost in the sauce. All right, let's get down into like the 400s here, and let's really start talking about some craziness. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, hold on. Doom Scroll, and first thing on my screen. These are all typical teams.
Gosh, why is everyone down here?
Give me
so
something
standard?
goofy.
Why are you guys all so standard? If you're gonna get clapped in the tournament, at least make it fun.
Do it cool, yeah.
Beartic, 397. Beartic Rain.
All right, I'm in. Actual last team.
Loaded Dice Icicle Spear. Black Sludge and Mungus.
Black Sludge on my Terra Water Bond. Hell yeah, brother.
It probably could just be leftovers.
Yeah, there's no lefties on this team. Just be lefties.
And then everything else is standard. So I think we're good talking about that.
Like to improve this team, change Giga Drain to Pollen Puff. There's the Thunderbolt on Goldie.
Focus Blast.
Probably drop Focus Blast, right? Just make that trick. Man, I really want Protect on this Pelipper since we're Sash, but team's cool. I don't really have a whole lot else to say about it. There's a Conkeldonk. There's a Conkeldor. So, all right. I think we have exhausted our resources.
Probably.
Enough. We're getting into the 0-2 teams down here, so
yeah, I think we're all good here. All right.
I found the sickest piece of tech I've ever seen in my life the other day on Showdown. I was playing against a Smeargle team, which Smeargle is their answer to Trick Room because they have Imprison Trick Room, right?
Yep.
They also have Substitute. I mean, not Substitute. They have Transform.
Oh. So Smeargle's cool because it also gets like Shed Tail.
Uh-huh.
So like you can Shed Tail on it. I think that's pretty awesome. But like Transform is pretty hype.
Transform in prison is the hottest thing I've ever seen in my life.
I used that on my Mew in like UDL something. We had like a mythical like restricted legendary format, and I picked Mew, and I was able to do that one singular time, and it was amazing. It was so fun. But all right, I think that's it for us.
Are we good?
I believe.
Are we calling it?
I think we're calling it because I gotta go pee again. So
I need to go get dinner made. I haven't eaten.
You should do that. I made mac and cheese before I got on, so.
I made some spam. I'm gonna go eat some spam.
Fun. I'm gonna spam Make It Rain later. With that, thank you all so much for watching episode number 234 here. Let me know if you like my intro or Angelo's intros better. I think we all know what the real answer is going to be, and it's obviously me. Put that in the comments down below. Make sure you like, subscribe, all the fun stuff. Come join the Discord and talk about Reg H and all the fun stuff that's going on in there. We obviously are cooking and having some fun, so come talk about it. Check out the Twitter at LR Lessons. Angelo tweets there sometimes. Tell him that he is doesn't have the best hair in the group. That's what we're calling. Well, that's what we're going with this week. And make sure you check out the Patreon and Discord links, supporters links as well. With that, thank you all so much for watching. This was probably my worst outro ever. And we will see you all next time. Peace out.